Hi, hi. I say hi, my. Hello and welcome to a personal code of conduct. It is Dayo, and I am recording this thing late as shit because I did my morning walk and I still had to walk the streets of Lagos and do some heavy moving up and down responsibilities for family. And I'm like, God, I'm so tired. Wow. What was this week about? This week, I want to go back to the dictator's handbook, and I also want to go back to. I also want to talk about comforts, because my life is very comfortable, very very comfortable. Last week I did something that I'm not exactly proud of myself. I got back into track with work. I have ideas of how I'm going to finish my projects. Everything is looking wonderful. I'm going to finish everything, decide what it's going to look like, yada yada yada. Everything is great. But I need to ask myself, what is it that I want to do in my life? I don't okay, I think I know. I've given myself like a general breakdown. And seeing stuff on the Power BI subreddit, I'm just like, I think I should aggressively go into BI visualization, because I try to psych myself up and say I have a vision, but I do genuinely like where I am right now, even though I feel like Power BI could be a bit boring, and I want to improve my Python skills, maybe tinker here and there in back end development and maybe front end development, because a lot of the very complex things people do in Power BI are done in JavaScript. And it's wow, people that build very beautiful custom visualizations. I think maybe I want to get there, genuinely be able to display things that make so much sense, because you're that good at front end development. I think, sort of, I don't know. And also dabble in back end. I feel like eventually I'm going to figure out front end and back end, whatever, but it's going to tie into my life as a BI developer. So yeah, maybe Power BI and Tableau. I haven't really done anything on Tableau because I don't DAX is so intuitive to me right now. I'm yeah, we'll get better. And yes, Daya has an article to finish that she still hasn't finished because she keeps randomly getting distracted. The thing is, I'd like to believe I don't have ADD, because I don't know. It's one of those human beings where I don't have enough of a symptoms to be considered a particular thing. The thing is, I don't even think I have something. I'm probably a very generic human being who I think my problem is content addiction. It used to be books, now it's videos, even though I'm not interested. But I'm trying to get it back to being high fantasy novels, especially since I'm trying to write one and that page is just blank. And I'm just write and move on. But anyway, I wanted to talk about my detach from reality. I'm doing this podcast way, okay, not particularly too long, but after skincare I've done, my skincare is done. Sunday is my exfoliation day, and I have gone back to using floss. So it's no more waking up with questionable breath, because we know that shit is floss to the high fucking heavens. Anyways, I was thinking about privilege, because for the past week or so I have not made exactly responsible financial decisions. They're not decisions they're decisions that are ridiculous. I ideally would have gone the extra mile to find a reasonable place that had what I wanted and I bought it. I found myself buying things where I'm well, this price is not outrageous, but it is outrageous for what it is. Especially buying food from restaurants, the place on a regular basis, and Booker Huts. And I'm yes, I can comfortably afford this, but especially I can comfortably afford it if I'm not particular about saving a bit over half of my salary, which I doubt I'm going to achieve this month, because it has just been a fabulous week of spending. Wow, I spent, even I know I spent a ridiculous amount of money. It has just been a fabulous week of spending, and mostly on food. I don't think I spent anything on my money other than on food. I went ham on the exotic ingredients this week. And I genuinely like the thing. Oh gosh, so freaking tired. But I got this mango chili sauce that I used as a dip for like chips. It's so much better like in salad dressing. So that's cool, I guess. I don't know. I am tired as sin. I think I was able to cook in bulk this week, so I'm generally back on track with my diet improvement. Last week was just like so much fried food, so much this, so much that. I feel like it's going to be better, and plus I've gotten tea, and I'm like, and I got honey. Dude, I never realized that honey was so fucking calorie dense. Like Jesus, honey is incredibly calorie dense. Like 328 calories per 100 gram. What the fuck? Honey is calorie dense. I might as well just get sugar. Hey. I mean, I was trying to do fit, farm, healthy. I think my current diet looks like I'm bulking with the amount of yogurt, but it's just set to be 2 meals a day and tea. But it's 2 probably bulking meals. I don't know. I don't want to eat something thin and weird. But I generally have made what I want to eat for the week, and that's great. Oh, I think I'm going to have I haven't had sardine and bread. I feel like the morning I don't have breakfast. The morning I don't have breakfast as oatmeal, I will have sardine and bread. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to have just oil for the sake of oil. It'd be so nice. Or it's like sardines and cheese. Oh, so nice. Sardine and bread it is on the morning. I think it's going to be Wednesday that I won't have oatmeal for breakfast. I'll have something savory. But I don't know, man. It just hurts so much. Then what do I want to do in my life? I think something has gotten into my head. It's the actually being the best BI engineer I can be, and especially since I had flash of vision on how I'm going to construct my data and argue my points that when you're doing direct sales, it's supposed to be customers that came in this freaking year. How are you dealing with customers that came in this year? Ignore all the new people. How are you dealing with the customers that came in this year? Blah blah blah. I'm going to fight my case as to why my interpretation of lead management and AUM growth is a thing. So, what do I want to do in my life? I want to be a vibe. That's just the thing. I want to be a freaking vibe. I also need to figure out a single calendar, all sorts of work stuff. This is basically just me, a podcast of me trying to be a better data analyst. I think I'm going to as part of data engineer / aggressive BI developer, because I feel like there's so much work that can be done in the field of BI, especially, and I feel like I eventually will learn back end and front end, but just everything will be centered around BI. I also need certifications because I don't want to study. I don't want to study, but I'm actually really good at studying. It's just my brain has also become a lot more scattered, so I cannot exactly say that I am at the top of my memorization game, and my attention stability I won't say it has gone down. When time meant for myself, I'd rather burn away the time. You know, when you're physically, it's like you have an image of the linear sweeps of time and you set it ablaze. That's basically what I do with my own time when somebody's not asking me to do something. I'm not particularly interested in doing it, in doing what I'm doing to burn time. I'm just burning time, and then I'll wake up on a Saturday. I'm like, fuck! It's 3 months into me being 25. I'm a fucking quarter of the way to 26, and see, the plan is improve our BI work aggressively. So by January, we should have an international BI developer role. Yeah. But you also need the documentations to prove it, man. You need documentations to prove it. You need to, and I just realized that associate roles are not expensive. You need the documentations to prove it, the preparation for exams, and all those kind of things. You need Maybe you also need like Tableau and Google Data Studio experience, and you also need JavaScript. And it's like, this is 9 months to learn these things. I'm like, just it to be great, and we'll be fine. We'll create what it is that we're trying to do, where it is that we're going, and we'll be fine. Data entry vibes and the like. Oh yes, I was speaking to a situation. What was I speaking to? I want to look internationally. That's just my vibes. Like, and the reason I know it's obvious is like, oh, okay, you want more growth, more money. It's actually most things more money, but I also want to be exposed to more. Not necessarily like, because the more I'm active on like the data science, data analysis, I just realized, well, and I read the dictator's handbook, I realized like we're all just the freaking same. Like. Like the same office politics, poor data entry, lack of corporate ability. It's the same all through. I'd like to join a big organization with a hierarchy as a BI developer, and maybe like dabble a bit in the model building. Like one of those people that, oh, have your models and I'll put it into production for you. That'd be pretty cool. I don't know, man. I don't know what I want to do in my life, but I have to start getting certifications. I don't want it to be like, oh, I had a job role, and if the organization says, oh, they don't particularly, and I feel like I'm getting to the point where I'm going to start being dragged into like technology initiatives that I don't want to be my life. I want to say, okay, this is something I will do for the rest of my life, and I think once I get good with properly doing so I don't know. I like to give advice but never take them, especially when I'm in the parts where I have been demoted in important levels, and I've tried to reach out twice, and the person just randomly called and was like now speaking and didn't speak, dropped off on the face of earth, and I'm like, oh, that's what the demotion feels like, and that's fine. And just because you're demoted recently, like you've gone through a demotion, that doesn't mean the person doesn't like you. It's like it's 14-year-old Dayo that would think that. It's just you're just not high in the daily interaction priority list, and that is fine, because you also don't. It's not that you don't rank them high. You don't rank anybody high in your daily interaction list. But the thing is that to do something that makes someone else miserable is easy, but when that same thing is done to you, it feels horrible. But you need to realize you live in a world with like all of humanity, and they're capable of the same things that you are, and that's fine. So next, I'll probably come back, and talk about like Dictator's Handbook more, and how, because I feel like last time I talked about it, I was just like how it's scaring me and terrifying me and yada 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 yada. It's still like terrifying me and has kind of drained some of the hope that I had with CGP Grey, but like it will be fine. I know. I said I was going to talk about like the Dictator's Handbook straight away, but I don't think I really explained what I meant by being detached from from reality and being comfortable. Even though I rambled on about like buying things that me of 2 years ago wouldn't have even considered. The thing is, my life is very comfortable. Like as a third worlder, it's ridiculously comfortable in the grand scheme of like, okay, you live in a poor country, but you're also not wealthy. You're not anywhere near wealthy. But if there was like a rebellion to happen, you'd be first to go, and everybody are like, down with the rich. Where like you're significantly better than the people around, like well off. I won't use the word better, well off than the people around you. But you're also knowing that there are levels of money in this world of abject poverty that even upper middle classes or even the quote unquote wealthy in first world country cannot touch, and they're the kind of like ridiculously wealthy ground surrounded by squalor. And I'm like, fear. And they're the kind of people like, okay, if everything was to scatter and everybody was like, uprising, eat the rich, they just fly out and I'd get eaten, even though I'm not Well, rich is subjective. I just went and blew a ridiculous amount of money on at an expensive grocery store, and I've been ordering in for the past week or so, and I think I want to stop doing that and eat like an adult, like a proper human being. I'm not tired, like really tired. I need to sleep well. Like ideally, I need to sleep well. It's like 9:30 something when I'm recording this thing. I should be asleep, but I'm not. I'm here recording. But I do like the fact that I record consistently. I don't know. Life is life. Vibes are vibes. So yeah, you have a new. I think now that like experiences have helped me like narrow down a goal and be like, this is how I want to improve, and this is what I want to know, and I need a showcase and yada yada yada. Present yourself as a capable data analyst with the certifications to back it and the portfolio that goes crazy. Oh yeah, you also need to remind yourself to speak to a colleague so you can make your GitHub look cool. Then put in like the JavaScript. I knew like JS syntax for a bit. The JavaScript for the visualizations. I think what do you want to learn? Vega? Yeah, probably Vega. I saw a project on Vega. I was like displayed in Power BI. It was so freaking cool. So is to learn that. But the thing is that when you just Google these things, the resources are not on the internet. That's the reason why I need ChatGPT to be able to scrape the internet, so I can ask a question and it does a better job of searching and parsing and giving me a good explanation of, okay, you want to learn these things, these are links to where there are places that will provide you the roadmap. Because there's one thing I generally really like what's the point of having AI if I cannot get something that, I want to learn SSRS, give me a layout that goes from here to here to here to here and allows me to learn everything. So it's like a course outline, but it comes with links, and I don't have to just randomly go and pay for a Udemy course. That doesn't make any sense. And I feel like building more interesting visualizations, like that Gantt chart I saw on Reddit, and visualizations that are not readily available in Power BI. I'll feel more of a BI person. Then I also need to properly learn database management, warehouse management or something. And I also need to be more calm, because I feel like me not studying, me being behind, like me not having time to study in a while, I am not, like, I should. So that's the thing. We want a Power BI course, we want a database management course, and we want to learn JavaScript for customized visualizations, and we want to do them well, and we want to be properly able to decide what is the appropriate time that something will take to complete. Those kind of vibes. I should be listening to the Data's Handbook in the box. It's just like when I listen to something that is like emotional, it makes me want to act out the scene, and then pretend to be like an external floating observer rather than like self-insertion. Do you get? I don't know. I'm too restless for my own good. I don't even know if I want to focus. Maybe be one of those human beings who is like meds. I don't know. I don't need meds. I need a reason to exist. And I don't think I found that yet. A lot of people have children to be their reason to exist, because like, I just made a whole ass human being. I can't abandon this person. So let's exist to make this person's life better. And some people are like, fuck them kids. I just want to breed and party and probably die under a bridge. That's some people, but I don't know what I want. Okay, I remember wanting to be interested and pushing an emotion and be like, I remember just randomly thinking, and I'm like, fuck, I wasted so much free time in uni where I could have been like, okay, like. But the thing is, I depend too much on Google, and and I don't network enough, and I'm like too much on Google. That's something I want Bing or Google Bar or something. It'd be like, give me better answers. Like sponsored posts are fine, dandy, but like give me better answers that can give me like a path to success. I remember when I wanted to be, I studied mechanical engineering. I don't remember. Okay, I remember the vibes of being a mechanical engineer. I probably could pick up in compressible flow. I don't know shit about compressible flow. I could probably. Why is this lady so obsessed with appearances? One woman. This woman that's texting me. Oh, human beings are weird. Like, I think I've made peace, which is something I'm very, very proud of myself. Like, I'm actually incredibly proud of myself for why you text. Mind, well, don't be thinking about people that don't care about you. I'm replying to somebody that ideally should not be wasting space in their head thinking about what other people think of themselves, of them. It's just annoying. Like, people shouldn't be occupying space in your head. Which is something I am very, very, very proud of myself for. I think like little things have been, I've slowly by slowly. I remember like when I first started. I remember when I first started like where I work, and I was like so bothered because like I had to work in close proximity to somebody, and I won't say, and I was like, okay, I want to like form a strong, a close bond with this person. I want us to be like a gold star team, and I was like, the fuck. I'm constantly replying, and I wanted to be, and it was causing me stress because like we work together as an effective co-working team, but if we're to be friends, fuck, we'd be horrible as friends. Jesus Christ. I started to realize that's why I feel like mesh is very, very important, because sometimes there's some people that you'd be really fucking horrible. Let me just pause this and go and assuage this person's fears. It's so annoying. Like, but then again, I used to do it too until I got peace in myself. Let me text this person. Like, this is the random quiet parts. I just don't want to stop recording when I'm doing this. Uh huh. Uh huh. Ha ha ha. I am so freaking tired. And I'm often like really ashamed of myself for buying things that most I would say most of humanity, but most Nigerians can't afford, and I feel somehow if that's one thing that occupies space in my head, but it's not like usually like something special. I don't know, I'm just tired, like very, very tired, and I'm saying trash. But we'd be horrible as friends, and I even had the opinion that he was just a terrible person. Turns out he'd be a great friend to other people, just not me. We'd be horrible as friends, but we're still a great co-working team. Do you get? And that also taught me a big lesson that some people are just not meant to be your friend. It's not that they're bad people, they're just not your people. And that's fine. You can, and that's a big amount of things. Like what I learned is like it was a big lesson in tolerance and separation and whatever. And if anything, he was one who like made like clear boundaries of like putting yourself in a situation that's putting yourself in a situation that was like stable and yada yada yada. I don't know why people just some people just have energy. They just have energy. They just have oh, and the whole thing is to be a vibe. This is annoying me. God, I'm replying to somebody that like thinking of others will be the death of her. I swear to God, it's a level of annoying, and that's one thing I don't think I want to even remotely be in like a freaking relationship with somebody, because then it's like this person's opinion is valuable. No, you're not joking. Stop thinking about estate people. I don't even know how people have energy. I used to be one of those people that had energy for people to have space in their mind. But it's not like I'm one kind of zen human being. It's just I don't know. I like when my worries are like far away from reality than reality. Because the whole world is just like the whole world. I don't know, man. I keep saying we'll get that bridge, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But the thing is that the bridges keep coming. I'm like, But see me wasting so much time. I've turned into Bill Burr. I remember, but then again, this whole thing, like not having a guest, rambling on, going, not having a proper structure. But I think he actually, as much as he calls himself scatterbrained, I feel like he genuinely is able to follow through one train of thought to the end. I cannot. Sometimes, probably. But it makes so much sense in my head because everything is leading to leading. It's just that the river never converges to the source back or something, or to the main whatever. I want stability, and stability comes in wealth. Where I am, I'm the kind of human being that, this is an incredibly comfortable life for a 25-year-old in a third world country. So if this 25-year-old in a third world country decides to save up, within 2 decades, you will own a home in Lagos, actually, because like she's expected to be like a good career path, blah blah blah, upward trajectory, fancy company, yada yada yada, finance, boom. But why not be a more of a tech person? And I met somebody recently today, and I remembered, there are moments where I'm like, I thought I was like, fuck, we're going to like fall into an argument, it'd be horrible. I remember I don't like this person, and I'm like, I realize I can tolerate this person, and I kind of like this person, and they're a vibe. But like there are moments where I remember that, I don't like being around this person because this person isn't the sharpest tool in the shed, but tends to project their own inadequacies on other people, or their own feelings of inadequacy. It's not that I wouldn't call this person is brilliant. It's just they don't think that they are the sharpest tool in the shed. They think they're a sharp tool, but not the sharpest. Like, not one of the sharpest. So they tend to project that insecurity on people who are trying to do things that are complex. I'm like, fuck that shit. Even if I'm insecure about something, about my own intelligence or intellect, or my ability to eventually transition to something incredibly complex, I am not. I am fucking not going to let you project your insecurities on me. My own insecurities are staying in my own fucking head. Like, I don't have space for your own. So, it has been a personal code of conduct I have rambled on about. Oh yeah, I didn't go back. Oh fuck, 16 minutes and I did not go back to the dictator's handbook. Oh yeah, let me finally end with that. So with the dictator's handbook, I was having hope with CGP grade that my country is at a point where they need us to be a certain level of usefulness. But the thing is, a lot of countries have been at that point for decades. And that's somewhat educated, somewhat this thing, and the rigging and the violence and the whatever. It's common in weak democracies because, like, you can always, especially our election was anything but free and fair. But you do realize that those numbers actually do count. That's why they try to be so violent in their rigging. And I'm just like, well, we'll see what will happen. The stability, the movements, the vibes, the energy. I don't know. Petty old people. But the reason why I know I mentioned this before. The reason why I feel no, don't let me lose that 17 minutes of I thank God I didn't lose. The reason why I feel like the dictator's handbook took a lot of like renewed faith, and I know I mentioned it's like I've always had the impression that people who hunger for power are individuals who the love for power is the over encompassing emotion. And I'm like, it is but like reading the dictator's handbook, I've still not done, I realize it is the dominant emotion, but it's not the only emotion. So a politician who is charismatic, who this can truly believe some of the vile things they say, and sometimes they don't, because they just want that power so that they can get immunity and play an angle so it's powerful. But the thing is, the reason why I was of the impression is that for the most part, people who truly believe in a cause, whether negative or positive, are hardly ever good at politics. They're hardly ever charismatic, but they're amazing followers. They're amazing dogs to do your bidding, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I have a strong, short-lived, like, obsession with the cause vibes. The more unattainable is, the shorter the obsession is. When it's very attainable, I don't do it, but like, I am so into the obsession of the cause. Researching, not actually being a good person. You see me only imagining their good causes. But what is terrifying is people who truly believe in whatever terrible thing they are planning to do to people, but they now have the political mind to get like majority votes, or to kill the right set of people, or to bring the right people into your coalition. They know what it is to truly rule, but they are thinking some bad shit, crazy, motherfucking crazy. I realize people are just people, and you can't just say that, because like you are like other people, that doesn't mean you will treat those people that are like you well. Anyways, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm tired. I'm talking about me. Personal code of conduct.